Hi guys, welcome to video 2 of my mini-series on the meta loadouts. So the first video, which is already online, was for the bots, so the meta loadout for the bots. This is meta loadout for the Terminids, the bugs. As you can see there, I just selected my location on the map and picking my loadout now. So the first one was the Orbital Napalm, followed by the Eagle 500. And then we have the supply pack, and finally the Emancipator Exosuit, the booster. I think I picked Vitality Enhancement. Oh no, sorry, I picked Muscle Enhancement. I lie. And the primary, secondary, and throwable are the Cookout, the Ultimatum, and the Thermite. Now that is the official meta. However, because I've got the Ultimatum, I'm debating here whether to take something like the Frag, just for chaff clear, because I don't really need the Thermite for the heavies, because I've got the 500 and the Ultimatum to deal with the heavies. So I do make one concession on the build there, and that is to change the Thermite to the Gas Grenade. The Gas Grenade does come up as number 2 in the meta statistics, so that's the number 2 pick for people. So do make that small change just because I think that will really help on the bug front, especially if we get an Alpha Commander seed. Okay, so here we go, we're dropping into the mission. Okay, quick look around, and my usual tack is do some of the Mega Nest first, if not all of it, and then I'll ditch out and go around the map, do a bunch of other stuff, and then come back to the Mega Nest just before I finish the final objective. So here we go, supply pack down. Debating whether to throw a 500 at the Titan, but he seems to be steering clear, so off I go. Leave him to it. So with the Mega Nest, you want to get the Bio Titan hole first. That is an absolute must for me, and an Ultimatum to the back of the hole will do that. I think Dynamite to the back of the hole will do that. Maybe even 500 to the back will do that.
Objective located.
Anything with a bit of destructive power. So once that's out the way, then I can then have a look at what else is going on the Mega Nest. So Impaler, want to take him out straight away as well. So when you come to the Mega Nest, there's usually like, is that another one or the same one? So when you come to the Mega Nest, there's usually like 4 or 5 heavies in there, a few chargers, and a couple of Impalers, and any Bio Titans that have spawned out of the Bio Titan hole, obviously. Okay, so immediately I've got a breach going, which is what I wanted, and I've thrown in the Orbital Napalm there, so that will deal with the breach, and I'm hoping it will close up a few bug holes as well. There's a 500 on that guy. Okay, so as I said, my tactic is to hit the Mega Nest, close up a couple of holes, throw in the Orbital, and then move on. Normally I'll bring the 120, which does tend to close up a few more bug holes than the Orbital Napalm will. The Napalm is not as good as closing up the bug holes as the 120 or the 380, but it is much better at clearing the breaches, obviously. Okay, so I'm heading to extraction there. Actually forgot to turn it on to private, so I had to kick that poor fella. Okay, Stalker's on me there. A couple of gas grenades behind me. I want to switch that to invite only. So with the Coyote, it doesn't have the pushback for the Stalkers. But if you get headshots, it will take care of them pretty quickly. So this is the first part of the objective, first sub-objective. So I threw a 500 in there to try and clear a lot of stuff out. Ultimatum for the Spore Charger.
How about a nice cup of liver?
Gas grenade. So you can see why I switched to the gas grenades, because I think the thermites aren't really going to do me any favours on this build. As I say, I already got the Ultimatum and the 500. Bit of an unfortunate death there, but again, gas grenade behind me might have helped.
Joining the fray.
But yeah, it does look like it's an Alpha Commander seed. There is a lot of stuff going on. Just checking where my weapon is. Stim, run in, try and get my backpack, which is what I need. And yeah, as you can see, those gas grenades are really going to work. Gas grenade behind me. I mean, I'm not sure any other players, but if it wasn't for these gas grenades, I don't think I would make it through this mission. Okay, so switch on the old terminal there while I'm waiting for the Orbital Napalm to drop and clean those guys out. Head back and restock on the old supplies. Make sure we've got full ultimatums for that Bow Titan that's coming around the corner. And then I'm actually going in hunt of the stalker there that, you know, those guys were after me earlier, so I thought it was this way.
Dropping a pin.
I'll ping the old objective there so I don't get too lost. I know where, where I need to return.
Found something.
And yeah, I think I can see the orange smoke of the stalker there popping at the top of that rock there, or behind that rock. So gas grenade out for the stalker that's incoming. Take care of him. And then, yeah, he snuck up behind me on that one. With the bugs, you really got to be checking your 6 like as much as possible. Bit of a fault of mine is I don't do it often enough. But luckily, I managed to take care of the stalker there, and then fend off these guys. So I mean, you guys can see just how many bugs are about. Desperately trying to get myself to resupply myself there before I bleed out to death. Punch him in the face.
Tagging map. Last reload.
So heading back round to the main objective after the napalm cleared out the breach. Then resupply inbound so I can stock up again, and then rearm the Eagles in case I need them for the next breach. So a lot of people,
Dropping a pin.
when they solo the bugs, they bring the Orbital Napalm because it is just like a breach clearer. But yeah, it works. It's fantastic. The only problem I've had in the past with it is when I've brought it and I've used it on a breach, and then the next breach comes in real quick, and the Orbital Napalm is just not ready for the next breach. We might get that here. Oh no, so I've got 3 seconds left for the Orbital Napalm. So it's just back in time. It's a couple of gas grenades out the front to keep them off my back while I throw out the Napalm. Yeah, as I was saying, I don't tend to bring it if I'm picking my own loadout, because, as I said, find that it doesn't come back for every single breach. And then, I mean, it depends on what else you bring with you, I guess. You can handle a bug breach without it. It's not impossible. But it really does help for these Alpha Commander seeds, which are just, like, they're absolutely ridiculous with the amount of bugs they bring in. So because I had 2 breaches on the objective in quick succession, I thought I'll bring down my Emancipator now. And that will allow me to just clean up anything that's left and, you know, make quick work of anything around the area. So, like, already there's another patrol coming in after the breach. Alpha Commander, obviously. Why not? And when you do get these Alpha Commander seeds, it's really difficult to keep on top of clearing the patrols, as well as like doing the main mission, the objectives, the side objectives. You got to punch in numbers. You got to make sure the patrols don't sneak up on you, and then if the breach happens, you got to deal with that.
Last reload.
Which is why the bugs are, I think they're the hardest faction to solo myself. Although the Illuminates can give them a run for their money when they just start throwing all kinds of shit at you. Okay, so we're going to take the Emancipator to the next objective. We've got a sub-objective, which is the destroy. What is it called? The illegal broadcast. So I'm heading over there, and as you can see, I can spot a Shrieker nest in the distance. So definitely going to take that out. Take them out as quickly as possible. Going to stumble across this large bug hole. So, pretty good time for the Emancipator to shine, because it can close up the holes from a distance, and obviously it can wreck a hell of a lot of bugs in the process. So obviously I'm recording the talking after the fact here in post, and I recorded this video a few days ago, so I'm still trying to remember what happened myself. But looks like my accuracy on the bug holes with the Emancipator wasn't too bad, which is a pleasant surprise for me. Okay, so there's a breach. So I don't want to waste all my my Emancipator ammo on the breach. So throw a 500 down there, a few gas grenades to keep those guys a bit further away. Ammo out on the right arm, which always seems to be the way for me, not sure why. Just ploughing that File Titan, who doesn't spew on me. Falling back all the time. Just making sure I'm covering my left and right so I don't get flanked. Okay, so that's out. So it looks like half the holes are done, half left. I'll take care of that not BT, sorry, the Impaler. And I want to take care of the BT, so chuck that 500 in there.
Administering freedom.
Last reload.
Two chargers very close to me, not really aggro to me, which was lucky.
Leaving combat zone to resupply.
How about a nice
Couple of
cup
gas grenades out.
tea?
And then bring back the Orbital Napalm because I don't think it was ready for the last breach. So I want to clear out all those guys because there's a hell of a lot of stuff over there. Dive into a rock.
Sweet liberty, my arm!
Use a Coyote to shred these gassed up guys. Gas grenade behind me. Sometimes I find these BTs just do not stop chasing you at times. You have to stop and bait them into doing their attacks before you can pop one at them. That's taking care of him. So it looks like that napalm's cleared out a lot of what was around me, but it doesn't seem to have taken out any holes. If well, maybe one hole it cleaned out. So I did have 5, and then I had 6. So just a few left to clean out. Dive and stim because I knew I was gonna need it. I knew I was gonna get hit there. Doing a bit of a merry dance in here. Gas grenade at my feet. Last one done. And yeah, as I said before, without the gas grenades, I think this mission would have been impossible. Tried to throw a gas grenade there, but realised I was out. So 500 behind me. Anything that's chasing me will hopefully kind of funnel into that one area. 9 kills. Definitely worth it. So spray the Coyote at the guys, and then hopefully they get caught on fire. Any of the warriors that get too close like that one, you give them a bit of a bonk. Another 500 out. I think there was a spore charger back there, so I'm hoping it's going to take care of him. Did it even deploy? Oh yeah, there it is. Oi! Again, not checking my surroundings enough. Okay, clearly the spore charger is still alive. So yeah, this is. As I was playing this, I was just thinking, Jesus, this is like probably one of the most hectic bug missions I've ever played.
Tagging map.
Okay, so I was hoping I was going to be able to use the mech to take out the side objective over there to the right.
How about a nice cup
But
of liberty?
I'd obviously run out of ammo before we got here, quite some time ago, which is, you know, the usual way from Helldivers. Yeah, the best laid plans of mice and men, as they say.
Tactical asset nearby.
So found the safe. Too high yield, which is fantastic. And a mini nuke by the looks of things. Okay, so with regards to this build, to the supply pack, you can see why that's a top pick for the meta. Supply pack really is like a very valuable crutch that you can use for, you know, not just for solo, but for squad play as well. You know, if you got the ultimatum, you can just start refilling yourself with ultimatums. You know, if you miss a shot on the Hulk, not the Hulk, sorry, yeah, Charger. You miss a shot on the Charger, and you've got an, you just resupply yourself with another ultimatum. Obviously, chose the 500 option there instead. 14 kills, very nice for 500, I do say.
Firing orbital barrage.
Okay, so there's a breach knew I wasn't going to be able to finish
Dropping a pin.
the Seath without a breach turning up, because that's just the way of the Seath. They really do, the bugs especially, really do try and stop you getting that objective, the Seath. I think it's because
Mag's empty.
it's something that if you complete, it gives you another advantage for the mission.
Throwing grenade.
So as you see there, threw down the Orbital Napalm and started just circling around the area, cleaning up some other bits and pieces around here. I'm going to fall back a bit when there's a breach, because even if you get your napalm down or whatever, you get down quickly. Some bugs will escape. That's just how it is. The best thing to do is probably throw down a couple of gas grenades, because that will contain them, you know, as best as you can. So it doesn't always work. Ultimatum for the Impaler, because you don't want to leave him hanging around ready to one-shot you.
Helldivers.
So as you can see, I'm kind of going around in a circle, so I'm rotating. So I've kind of left the breach behind at the Seath objective, and I've thrown down the Orbital Napalm, and then I'm kind of going around in a circle. So, you know, a lot of people call this rotating. What I find that does is that the bugs will chase you a bit, and then if you go around in the circle rather than coming straight back and, you know, coming back the way you came, I find that rotating lets them chase you around in that circle as well. Gives you a chance of clearing out the area you've just left behind. Although saying that, bringing the Orbital Napalm also just clears up most things as well.
Objective complete. It's Seagull 1. We're back in business.
So the mech being in the build, also when you can see why people are bringing it. So I managed to finish my plan earlier of taking care of the illegal broadcast with the mech, albeit the second mech. Okay, but as I was saying, you can really see why the mech is part of the meta build as well. You can bring the mech down and just deal with quite a lot of stuff all at once. Now I do like to bring it down when there's something to do. For instance, like cleaning out the mega nest or cleaning out a bug hole. But because I was roughly halfway through the mission here, I wanted to bring the second one down now and then have a little bit of time left later on, so that I could bring in another one later on. I didn't want to miss the chance of bringing down a third one. Oh. So there's the gas grenades on the breach, as I said. Threw 3 or 4 of them down there because I knew I was going to get back into the mech. And with the mech, I tend to tap fire it, so I'm not kind of spamming, not keeping my finger down on the triggers. Just tap firing here and there. Trying to take out the Alpha Commanders and the Hive guards first. I think the smaller guys tend to just walk into you and die. Definitely the smallest of the bugs. I'm not sure about the pouncers. Yeah, I mean, look how many Hive guards there are. I think definitely without the gas grenades and just the thermites instead, I would 100% be struggling on this mission. I mean, that amount of bugs is insane for me. I'm trying here not to get caught in a position where I've got bugs all around me, but I decided to cut my losses with the last few rounds in the Emancipator. Up to 500, hopefully for the BT, which takes him out, and then gas grenade at my feet, Ultimatum over the top. Because as I said, there's just so many bugs about.
Throwing grenade. Have a taste of democracy. Fire in the hole.
Okay, so I knew I wasn't going to be able to finish that objective right there. There's just too much going on. So I drop a resupply. Unfortunately, it goes a bit sideways here, I think, if I remember rightly. There's just, as you can see, just so many bugs. The Alpha Commanders, you just cannot get anywhere near killing them all off. I won't talk about too much how they're a bit of a broken enemy because, you know, plenty of people do that. I'll just say that I agree. So, Orbital Napalm behind me. Gas grenade on the floor. Dive out of the way of that. Don't want to get one shot. 47, 48 kills, 49, 50. So you can see just how good the Orbital Napalm is. Throw a Thief over the top as well. Just to make sure it, well, hopefully it hits any heavy enemies. I realise I'm probably not going to be able to get back to my supplies anytime soon, so drop a new supply pack. Another patrol. These guys are definitely not part of the breach.
How about a nice cup of
So just
liberty?
a couple of gas grenades to keep you covered. Another Thief in the general direction of the breach.
Democracy's on its way.
I don't think there's anything there, to be honest. No kills from it. Okay, finally kind of rotated back round. So looking at the map, I've got the Mega Nest to finish off. So, as I've stated in previous videos, what I like to do is I like to make sure that I've got everything that I can see on the map done before I actually finish the last part of the mission.
Out of ammo.
Because once you finish the main objective, and if you've got quite a bit of other bits done on the map, things tend to get a bit hairy. Spawn the patrols, the amount of patrols increase, the amount of bugs in the patrols increase. I believe the bugs get a bit more aggressive. Things become a lot more difficult to complete.
Tagging map.
So yeah, making way over to the Mega Nest. So I'm hoping I can get that done and then finish the main objective, and then I'll be ready to clear out.
Dropping a pin.
So I'll drop the old SSD or SSSD card, whatever it's called, down there on the edge. Resupply so
Tagging map.
that if things go sideways again, I've got something to fall back on.
Reload.
Ultimatum for the old Impaler. So 4 out of the 11 holes done. Accidentally slipped down there. Did not want to do that. Turns out to not be the end of the world. I like to gas grenade those kind of ones that are on the slope rather than using the grenade pistol if I've got the grenade pistol on, because I find that the grenade pistol ends up hitting the top or the side or the bottom of the hole and ends up just backblasting me basically. So the holes that are on a slight slope, I'll grenade. Unless I'm a fair distance away from it, then that's fine.
Eagle 1 returning to destroyer for
Okay, so there's a breach, so I'm going to get down the orbital napalm.
Orbital barrage incoming. Stand clear.
So again, as I said before, the orbital napalm is not amazing at closing up holes.
Last reload.
So I'm just using it to clear the breach more than anything. And I've got 9 of the 11 holes closed at this point.
Objective located.
Just pinging that. I think that's the objective, so I've pinged that. So I know exactly where it is on the map. I think it's one of those map modifiers where you're not quite sure where everything is. Okay, so here I'm thinking, alright, I'm gold here. Just
Out of ammo.
just 2 holes left. Got one with the ultimatum there. And then I'll go back, get my fill up my supplies, and then close up the last hole, and we'll be gold, right? I do remember this part of the video because it went sideways here as well. So I think what I was going to do is try and move the SSD card up a little bit, drop it a bit further up, and then close up that last bug hole, and then you know, mosey on up to the main objective.
Eagle back in the fight.
But plans in Helldivers get scuppered all the time, and I think the bugs are about to scupper me again. So I do my best to kind of carry the package and fight at the same time, which is not ideal. Probably best to choose one or the other, really. Get rid of the bugs, and then start making your way with the package. Another patrol caught me off guard to the right there, so I throw 500 at those guys because I knew I was going to get surrounded at this point. Having to fall back a bit, which is fine. Nothing wrong with falling back a bit.
Delivering payload.
And then I decided to get the Emancipator because I thought this is just going to be a vicious cycle. At this point,
Eagle 1 rearming. Be back shortly.
probably not the best idea in hindsight, but you know, sometimes you start to panic a bit and you're like, oh my god, come on, let's just get things moving. So the plan here is just to close up the last bug hole and pick up the package and carry it with me in the Emancipator. But I don't think you can carry the package in the Emancipator. Or can you? I can't remember now. No, I think it's still on the floor. Okay, can't seem to be able to close that bug hole with the Emancipator from there for some reason. Probably skill issue. And then
Last reload.
the bug breach starts happening. Get back in the Emancipator. Now I'm going to have to deal with this breach. So instead of closing up the last of the bug holes in the Mega Nest and just kind of moving on quickly, I've taken too much time here, as you can see.
Fire in the hole.
So gas grenade out for him to try and stop him hitting my mech, but he's still coming for it, so I'm going to move back. Managed to save my mech. He's still there. Throw out the napalm. Quick headbutt from that guy. I see the Impaler in the distance, try and get rid of him. Launch a 500 over there, a couple more gas grenades. So it's really about kind of getting out of your mech, throwing down what you can, as long as you're in safety, obviously, in a position of safety, I should say. And then getting back in your mech. Another impact. I'm not sure where he came from because I'm pretty sure everything in the nest was dead earlier, but oh well. It's pretty easy to take out the impalers with the Emancipator once they stick their head in the ground. Only takes a few shots, which is pretty cool. I finally get the last hull done, and the breach, I believe, was pretty much cleaned out by the Orbital Napalm. So it took a lot longer than I was hoping for. Did have quite a few minutes left on the clock before that breach, so I was looking in good shape, but the breach and my kind of inability to get things done quickly has added a few minutes to the timer. So I'm going back for the package now and some supplies. And I know I don't need the Emancipator anymore at this point, so I just blow it up along with that charger.
Attacking map. Fire in the hole! 5 minutes remaining. I repeat, 5 minutes remaining.
Okay, so just the main objective left to do now. So heading in there with the package. Stim for some stamina. And again, how many bugs do you want? Another breach. So see the cooldown on the Orbital Napalm. As I said before, it's not quite back. Luckily I've got the Seep, so I'll throw the Seep in there, and then a 500 out that side. So those should both do a lot of damage for me. A lot of bugs there, so I just thought, fuck it, Ultimatum. Take care of you lot. More gas grenades. Light them up with a Coyote. So yeah, overall I think as we're coming towards the end of the video, I think it's actually a very good build. There's a lot of bugs on this mission, like a lot more than I've seen on any mission I've done before. I think for solo bugs, and that's down to the Alpha Commando seed, and it's handled it pretty well. I think, like especially as I made that one concession of changing the gas grenades from the thermites. I think without that, it would have been a lot more difficult. But the Emancipator, the Orbital Napalm, the supply pack, and what was the other one? The 500. Sorry, yeah, the 500 kilogram. They've all been really good. I think if I was to change one thing, other than obviously the gas grenades, I might change the 500 to the Orbital Gatling Barrage. I think the Orbital Gatling Barrage, the cooldown's quicker. It still does heavy damage, although it's less likely to take out chargers and Wild Titans. But with this amount of bugs, I think it might have come in pretty clutch, because you could just throw them down on patrols, or when you've got a whole ton of those Alpha Commanders and 5 guards. Yeah, but pretty good build all around, I would say. So another breach, as I said before, another breach in quick succession. That's because we're close to the main objective, the final part of the main objective, I think. Although this breach didn't seem to be as long, which was pretty helpful for me. So again, a couple of 500s out there to deal with patrols and what's left over from that breach. Ultimatum for the smelly charger. But supply pack wise, it's really pulling its weight, as you can see. I mean, without the supply pack, again, you wouldn't have access to as many gas grenades or ultimatums, and you know, another build might have really struggled.
1 minute remains. Destroyer departure imminent.
Before we get to the end of the video as well, I don't think this was a full completion. Like the bots video was a full completion, full clear map. Now, when I finished, I was thinking, oh, well, maybe I should, you know, reshoot another mission and full clear and show you guys that instead. But then it kind of occurred to me, well, you know, that's not really the point of the video. Is not to show me full clearing a map. It's the point is to show, you know, how well this build, or this, you know, slightly tuned meta build, fares against the bugs. So I decided not to reshoot in the end, and just to keep this one, and just to show you guys, you know, exactly how well this build can handle what I would call an extremely difficult bug mission. And I think that's a testament to the build more than it is to my gameplay, which isn't, you know, I'm not the best player in the world out there. So yeah, again, as I said, pretty solid build. But as you can see, 0 time left on the clock now, so I don't have any time to think about any bug nests that I may have missed, or any side objectives that I may have missed. The idea is just to finish off importing the code after this bar goes up, after the uploading finishes, and then hightail it back to extraction. Not sure why those are the longest codes in the world, but they tend to be on these missions. Made sure I stimmed before I dropped down there, because I knew I was going to get the old leg break, or at least the damage, and then I knew there was a supply pack over there, so I'm happy to take that damage there. Troll to the right over there, so I want to avoid that fight if I can. I've got nothing to call in, the timer's gone, so I'm going to sneak past here. Don't want to engage in anything I don't have to. So yeah, if you guys let me know if you ever run this build or something similar to the meta. You know, what would you change? You guys play solo or with the squad? Does it serve you well? I think I caught that breach just in time. 50 seconds left. Definitely not going to be able to catch this breach. Nope, there he goes. So wasn't too worried about that, because I knew I only had 50 seconds left. So just kind of rotate around, make sure I'm covering my back from where the breach is coming from. I've got two supplies on my back, so I know I can just start being pretty wasteful with everything. Making sure not to get too close to the objective just before I finish, because I don't want to be hanging around in one spot waiting for the pelican to land. What I want to be doing is being a little bit further away, like this, and getting stuck in a bush, obviously. Being a little bit further away and being able to just kind of run in after it's landed. So I think it has landed at this point. I'm just deciding which way looks safest. Both look pretty dangerous. Decide to go this way. A couple of gas grenades. Out of gas grenades. one for the road, 5 extra kills, and in we go. So yeah, that's the meta build for the bugs done, guys. Let me know what you thought in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate that. And I've also got the video, the meta video for the squids recorded. You can see I think I missed a hole and missed one of the either a shrieker nest or a spore tower there. It's not too bad, considering how many bugs are on the planet. But yeah, as I said, I've got the squids video ready recorded, and I've just got to do the voiceover for that, so I'll get that one out in a few days, and that will finish off the mini series of the meta loadouts for each faction. So yeah, that's the video then, guys. Thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed, and hopefully catch you next time. Cheers.